Well, here was a film that was truly interesting. I thought I was going to walk into a documentary. I ended up walking into a feature-length film that sort of turned into a found footage horror. A lot to talk about with this one, but nonetheless, folks, we're going to get into my review of the new film, Cypher. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. Today, we're going to be reviewing the new film, Cypher, which makes its world premiere this year at Tribeca Film Festival 2023 under the U.S. Narrative Competition category. So, this film follows the artist, Tierra Whack, who I know the music currently, so I was interested. Like, okay, typically when you got a film that is, about an artist, it's typically a documentary. There are other documentaries this year at Tribeca about artists. So, like, yeah, I assumed that this was going to be a documentary. And while it was attempted to be a full-fledged documentary, it turned into a lot of different things. But yes, this is about the artist Tierra Whack, coming from Philly, really getting her start at the age of 15, which I was not familiar about how she got her start. She actually got her start because she was on the block with her mother, and she saw a couple of folks freestyling, and she went and took her opportunity, and since then she just boomed, from social media. She went viral, and just continued to get endorsements and co-signers left and right. I mean, you talk about folks like Meek Mills, you talk about Rihanna. I mean, folks just instantly gravitated to her, and she just took off, So yeah, this was what I assumed to have been a documentary about how she got started in her business, some of the challenges within the business, and currently where she's at. A typical foundation of what a documentary is. But man, was it something much more than that. And honestly, while this was about Tierra Whack, it turned into everything but Tierra by the end of this here. So, you started talking about things such as conspiracy theories and secret societies. So, you're talking about like the Illuminati and whatnot. It got pretty crazy here. And with that, we'll talk about that in a second. It just really brought a different train of thoughts into like what I was watching and like the things that they were trying to convey in this, because it got crazy here. But yeah, before it got to that, we got to see Tierra really talk about her beginnings, talk about why she wanted to be in the business, going back to Philly, seeing her friends and family. The documentary crew was definitely, right there with her their entire time. So we actually got to kind of get to know them a little bit in terms of like their personalities and what in which each person's contribution was to the project. But then over time, we had what seemed to be just a weird incident at a diner where her and her documentary crew was just chopping it up. A lady approached them, and it seems like she was like giving her affirmations, and then affirmations turned into warning, and then that turned into stalking, and then it just continued to evolve and evolve and evolve. I mean, there was social media accounts. There was so many red flags and alarming moments within her early stages of her career, from social media stalking and accounts. And I mean, like, folks that were recording her in places she had no clue she was being followed. Folks circling the block while she was just out in Philly. There was a lot of different things that were kind of happening in all of this. And with that, how this film was broken up, there's different stages in there. There's one part, the gift, the gate, the canon, the vision, and they explain it all by the end of the film. But like at one point, kind of like, well, what's the significance of this chapter moment? But like at the end, that kind of like making it all make sense. But like, nonetheless, through these different stages, you see the things that continue to get more alarming and more scary. And this is where I say that the horror element comes into it, because with stalkers, following her and recording her, it becomes a found footage horror film where you got somebody who just seems to either be completely obsessed with her, which turned into somebody that felt that they needed to warn her because that there was things and beings after her. And you're talking about the secret society and conspiracy theories and all that other stuff. And with that, because I really did not want to highlight like the stalker in this, because at one point I thought it was just like a moment of, of events that happened in her career. But the documentary truly turned into it being about this lady, Marigold, who was part of the social media team. Her mom was also somebody who was very deep into conspiracy theories. I mean, this got like local attention. There was an investigation because of this incident that happened at the diner, but it just continued to evolve and evolve, and it just became creepy to eerie to overall. It just gave me the creepy crawlies by the end. I was like, this is like not even funny at all. Like this is bad. I mean, the documentary crew was getting their own share of things as well too. So like this was just a wild thing. And I'm telling you, by the end of the film, with even all the alarming signs, it's still, with all the messages that start being sent, it started to make like the gears in your head turn. It started to make you like really want to kind of research some of the things that they were talking about in this, because it's truly scary. It's bizarre, it's alarming, scary. It's all of those sorts of different words here. But nonetheless, like what I thought I was getting into with this, I came out on the other end like a completely different subject matter at that. I thought it was about Tierra, but at the end of it, it truly was so much beyond her. It was about this lady Marigold and her mother and this secret society, her constant stalking of her, and the footage that she was recording, and why she wanted to say she wanted to be a part of the documentary. It ultimately became about her, and even the film and camera crew was in this a lot as well too. So like hearing their impact and their involvement and their reservations and hesitations to this, it was all in it. So like this was just mind-blowing, very strange, and then it just got beyond the word strange. For lack of better words, it was just crazy. So folks, I think you should check this one out. Just be expected to unexpected, because it just really takes a hard left at a turn that's a one-way lane that you should not be driving down. It really does all of that. But check out Cypher, folks. Jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about it when you do. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.